Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Thunder, and this is gonna be the second part of the furnace system. Now, as you can see, I'm recording right from the video editor because again I splitted the video into parts. If you haven't finished the other video, go ahead and do it because you're gonna need it. This is gonna pick up exactly from where it was left off in the last video. So that's why I'm making the intro from here from the editing program. Now, with that being said, I'm gonna leave you guys with the video, and I hope you guys. Alright, guys, so it's pretty much been 2 weeks since the last clip you guys saw. Not because I couldn't say fix the bug, I just didn't feel like it at the time and put it off. But I think I know what one of the issues might be. So go to your storage UI script, and over here you're gonna put if storage opened is not equals null, then you are going to go ahead and add two brackets, and next you're going to move this entire if and else into those two brackets. So copy and paste. There we go. Now this should be fixing one of the issues, so we'll go ahead and try it. Make sure that it works. Let's go ahead and see if this wants to work now. Just gonna get some things, gather and test it out. Okay, I need to activate the spawners so that I get some resources. Let's go ahead and try it now. That should be enough wood. It's 50 wood. And some metal ore. Well, it turns on, but we're still getting that same bug. I'll take a quick look at it and make sure that it works entirely. Then I'll show you guys how to do it. Alright, so I found two other issues that might be causing this. Again, guys, as I said, it's been around 2 weeks since the last clip, so I'm still like getting back into the whole error thing because I totally forgot about it. So I apologize about that, but you know, it's what it is. Now, so the main thing that I'm seeing is first this. Basically what's happening is we're passing the array to the storage opened dot close. This shouldn't be causing an issue, but it might be. So we gotta make sure this is not the problem. Second, on I believe it's the furnace right here. So right when we smelt, we're checking here if smelting slot is not equals null, but we accidentally wrote this outside of it. Oh, I accidentally did. So we're gonna move it into here, then we're going to go ahead and test it like this, just to make sure that this, if this is the only issue, we're not fixing what doesn't need to be fixed. So let's go ahead and hit play and try it out. Alright, so I'm just gonna get my hatchet. Get some wood and some metal ore. 12 metal ore, that's enough. Alright, 50 wood. Now we're gonna drag the wood in and turn it on. Turn on. Well, we're still getting it duplicated, but at least that error is not showing up anymore. So that is a advantage to it. So let's turn it off. Okay, it says index out of range. Now this is the other error we gotta fix, because for some reason when we turn it off it's getting duplicated. So we gotta make sure we fix that. Probably it's the destroy thing that's going on. So let's go ahead and do that. Alright, so I just found out probably the whole cause of this, and it's on the storage UI over here on if storage open that furnace, and then on this if storage open that get component furnace that is on. So basically the main issue with this is we are creating a slot every single time, every frame. Seems like when I did this part I just copied the code over from the storage UI, so we're gonna have to do some tweaks to this. Now go ahead and delete this, and instead of slots you're gonna do slots square brackets I. No, never mind. Yeah, do slot square brackets and I. So do it like this, but then we're gonna create the slots class over here. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna type slot square bracket to make it an array. We're gonna call it slots and equals get components in children slot. Now this is probably not the most efficient way to do it, but it's the easiest one, so that's what we're gonna be doing. Now this should fix it. Should. So let's go ahead and test it out, make sure that it works. If it does, we should be near the end of the tutorial. I still have to check whether or not I did this whole smelting thing. I believe we are still missing one or two features out of the furnace system, so hopefully we get that done quickly. Alright, so I already got the resources and everything. Let's go ahead and try turning it on. Okay, so that is working and it's consuming our wood. Now the issue with this is that when we're turning it off, something's happening that shouldn't be happening. So we're going to have to take a look at that. Okay, so I found out why the furnace is not turning off and why we're getting that error. First of all, go to your furnace UI on your storage UI. Select turn off button, and you can see here we got turn on instead of turn off. So go ahead, click on it and select turn off. I'll just got a PlayStation notification. So turn off furnace. We're gonna change it to that. So that's one issue out of the way. Now, next issue, what's basically happening? So what's going on is that why can't we turn it on once we drag and drop something? The main reason for that being that once we drag and drop something into it, we're not updating the furnace UI, the furnace database. So for the furnace, which is the one that handles all of the smelting and all that stuff, until we close it, he doesn't know that there's items there. That's why we gotta close it, then open it, then we can turn it off, turn it on. Now, how do we solve that? We just update it constantly. So we're basically going to be doing that. So let's go ahead, let's go back into Visual Studio. And here, we are already updating it if it's on. So we're already taking the data from the furnace. Now we gotta do the same thing, but in the opposite way. So if the furnace is off, we're gonna be giving that data to the furnace all the time. So over here we're gonna do else, and basically what we're gonna be doing is we're gonna copy this, we're gonna paste it, but we're gonna invert the whole for. So let's go for again. Sorry. But where it says slots I, we're gonna put storage open dot slots I. So basically what we're gonna be doing is gonna be pretty simple. Just like this, storage open dot, copy it, delete it, paste it over here. And don't worry about the 4 errors. We're gonna fix that. Same thing, paste it, delete it from here, and same thing over here. Well, I don't really think we need to update slots because it doesn't really show on the UI, so we don't need to update slots. And over here where it says slots, we are also going to add storage open dot slots. Now, last thing we're going to need to do is actually put the 4 in there because I just copied the code inside the 4, not the actual 4. So we're gonna go ahead and paste that there. Then down here, we're gonna add a closing bracket. And there we go, that should fix the whole bug. So let's go back to here. And okay, we're getting a error. Okay, don't get scared, that's a bracket error. So we got 2 brackets. Probably missing another bracket. I don't know. Yeah, we're probably missing a bracket. So that is fixed. And that messes it up somehow. Okay, yeah, I deleted this else right here. So else, you know what? Do not do what I'm doing right now. I'm just gonna do this so that I can find the issue. Okay, that's the issue right there. Because I took this else, this and made it into an else, maybe? Yeah. So right here, again, else, 2 brackets, paste that in. Yep, that fixes it. When you see all of that, like a bunch of errors, one after another, and on the brackets, you just gotta look for it because most likely it's gonna be a missing bracket. So you can see if I delete this here, the entire code messes up. Everywhere where there's public functions, where there's closing brackets, anything like that, it will get messed up. So don't get scared. Happened to me a couple times. First couple of times, it was scary. I thought I had messed up the entire script, but you really didn't. It's a simple fix. So let's go ahead and make sure that this does work now. It should work. So alright, so I just gather the resources. Let's go in here, drag the wood, turn it on. It's not turning on, which is a bad sign, but we at least can turn it off. So turn off, take the wood out. We can no longer turn it on. Okay, I know what's going on. Yeah, the other part that I totally forgot about is on close. We gotta make, so on our storage UI script, sorry, on close we're gonna do storage open equals null. So that's a part that we totally forgot about. That's why we're getting that index out of range, because we're still trying to access our storage open slots, but this storage open is no longer there. So let's go back here. Then we gotta see, so over here, if storage open get component fairness that is on, else we're running a for storage open slots data equals null. Okay, so this right here, instead of storage open, you gotta do it slots. I don't think this is what's causing it. Might be, but slots equals get components in children. Okay, so slots I that stack size and slots I that data. So yeah, that should fix it. Let's try it. Alright, so I already got the resources. How many times have I said that in this video? So let's turn it on. Okay, so it's turning on, which is great. We did not have to close it or anything. We're gonna turn it off, take it out. It's not turning on. So let's go ahead now. We've opened it. Turn on. Alright, that's amazing. That's great. Now let's turn it off. And I'm gonna get some resources. I believe we're not adding it yet. That's what we're missing. So to add the resources. So let's turn on and see if it just takes away from it. Should be taking away from it soon. Yep, it is taking away from it. Obviously, we haven't made the whole add item code for this melting. So we're gonna be doing that. Don't worry, that's gonna be pretty simple, pretty straightforward. So let's go ahead and get it done. So turn off. It's pretty much working at this point. I'm kind of happy with the result. Alright, let's get started with it. Alright, so first of all, we're gonna save some time just copying the code from our inventory manager. So go to that script, open it up, and we're gonna straight up copy the code, then adapt it to our storage. No, actually, this one, the one that has item SO data and the int stack size. Make sure it says this and not pickup. So we're gonna go all the way down here, and we're basically just gonna copy everything. We're just doing this so we don't have to rewrite all of this. It would make for a super long video and it would be annoying. Let's be honest. Now, data and stack size. So we're gonna copy this data and we're gonna go through every single one and we're gonna do data. Now it's gonna be a bit tedious, but it's better than rewriting the entire thing. Especially because we won't have any bugs this way. So you already know what to do. Go through every single one, data, and that says data, and replace it by data down dash. So go ahead and do that. I'm gonna skip it, and I'll get back to you guys in a moment. Now, you're also going to do this for inventory slots, but instead of that, you're just gonna do slots. Actually, no. Instead of that, you're gonna go up here. Okay, let me just restore this to original. And up here, you're gonna do slot array, and we're gonna call it slots. You know what? If you wanna just omit the whole thing of having to replace every single inventory slots reference, you can just name this inventory slots, and that will fix the issue. Then we're gonna do equals get components in children slot, and there we go. Now in my case, what I'm going to do is going to be, I'm gonna use slots only in here, just slots, to keep it consistent and not confuse myself when looking at it. If you want to leave it as inventory slots, it's up to you. I personally will not be doing that, so I'm just gonna go ahead and fix that. Now we're almost done here. We gotta do two more things. First is gonna be same thing we just did, but for stack. So stack dash. Also, the reason we're not naming this data is because I believe we already got a reference to it. So that's why we're not just naming it plain up data and fix all the errors. Same thing for stack. So go on ahead, copy it, and replace everywhere where it says stack size. I'm just gonna do it on camera because it's pretty quick. So, and don't worry, the drop item, we're gonna fix that too. So now what we're going to be doing is we're gonna go out here and we're gonna create a public void. We're gonna call it drop item. Then we're gonna say inventory item so data dash comma int stack dash. Then what we're gonna be doing is empty slot that add item to slot stack dash cannot convert from float to int. Okay, I know what's the other issue pretty much. So go up here and where it says float, you're gonna be doing an int, not a float. Now save it. Then we're gonna go up here and on fairness config, actually no, over here, I'm gonna do header drop config, and we're gonna do public transform drop pause, so where is going to drop our items. Now we're gonna do public transform drop bag. That's gonna be our drop bag model. Then, actually not transform, this one's gonna be a pickup component. Pickup, public pickup, drop bag. Now we're gonna go all the way down here and we're gonna do pickup drop bag. I'm just gonna call it drop equals instantiate drop bag dot game object comma drop pause, and then after the parentheses we're gonna do dot get component pickup, and there we go. Then we're gonna do drop dot set dot transform dot set parent parentheses, and inside the parentheses we're gonna write null. Then we're gonna do drop dot data equals data dash drop dot stack size equals stack dash, and there we go, we're done. Now there's one more addition we're gonna do, but it has nothing to do with the fairness system. Now currently, if our chest gets destroyed by any reason, we basically lose all that's on it. So we're gonna go up here right above start, and we're gonna do on destroy. Then we're gonna do if application dot is editor, if application dot is editor, and inside here we're gonna do if application dot quitting. We're going to return. Now actually, you know what, no, just delete all of this and just type for int I equals 0. If I is less than, we're gonna do up here, get components in children, type slot, and we're gonna do this. Then we're gonna do slots, slot, make sure it's an array. Okay, there we go. Okay, this S. Alright, then we're gonna run a for through those slots. So slots dot length, then I plus plus, 2 brackets, and inside here we're gonna do drop item, and we're gonna do slots I dot data, comma slots I dot stack size, and there we go. Now this should be working now. Let's hope there's no bugs or anything, and make sure that it's working properly. We're getting things melted and everything like that. I'm just gonna skip the whole gathering. Alright, I've got my resources, so I'm just gonna put some wood in here. I'm gonna get some more metal ore. There we go. Let's turn it on. Now, keep in mind, it's only gonna smelt one slot at a time. Like, it's not gonna be doing, like if you put, like, you know, in Rust how you can put, well, used to be able to, I think they changed it, but before you could put, you had 6 slots, you would put 1 sulfur, 1 metal ore, and they will both smelt at the same time. We're getting an error, great. Okay, I know what's going on, and there is also a problem with it. So yeah, there is a bug. First of all, what's going on with the furnace that we're getting that error? We're gonna select our furnace, and the main issue is that we did not assign the drop pause and drop back. So for the drop back, we're gonna go to our prefabs where we have it. So prefabs and drop back, we're gonna drag it in there. Then inside furnace, we're gonna right click on furnace, create empty, and this is gonna be our drop pause. So I'm just gonna put it outside, then drag that empty here and rename it to drop pause. Alright, so that part is done. Now there is a problem with our add item code, because for some reason it's trying to drop it. So I don't know exactly what's going on. So, okay, I know what's going on. So basically, we use a different script for our storage slot, which means that it's probably having a bit of an issue getting it. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go over to our storage, and where we get our slots, instead of slot, we're gonna do an add item in the storage class. We're gonna do storage slot. Now it's gonna cause a couple of errors. One, dot is empty. We're gonna add that function to it actually. So let's go to our storage slot script, and we're gonna do the following. First, I'm gonna hide it on the inspector. We're gonna do public bool is empty with a capital I. Then on update, we're gonna do is empty equals data is not equals null. So basically what it's saying right here is that is empty equals whether if there is or there's not any data assigned to our item, to our data variable. So if there's no data, it's always gonna be empty. If there is a data, it's not gonna be empty. Actually no, it has to be equals null. It has to be the opposite, because we're doing it the opposite way. So yeah, that should be it. Inventory minor out storage. Now over here we gotta do storage slot, and stackable slot also has to be storage slot. Now instead of add item to slot, we're just gonna, actually no, we're gonna create that same function to just, okay, never mind. First of all, we don't need to update slot, forget about that. So anywhere where that is, go on ahead and delete it, because we're not gonna need it. Empty slot right here, we're gonna use storage slot. So yeah, and then we're gonna take away update slot. All the way down here, same thing, empty slot has to be storage slot type. So right now our only issue is add item to slot and add stack to slot, which we're gonna solve pretty simply by going to our slot class, which I should have right here. Now we're just gonna copy the functions. So these two functions, we're gonna copy them. We're gonna go to storage slot, and then we're gonna paste them in. Now let's go to our storage script, and there we go, it's all fixed. So let's go back to Unity and see if it wants to work now. Hopefully we're done with this. Alright, so I already got everything right here. We got 12 metal ore. Let's turn it on and check it out. Hopefully it works. There we go. Now I'm adding metal ore, obviously. But what we're going to be doing to just fix that is going to be, we're gonna go to items. We're gonna go to resources. Then on metal ore, I actually have the metal outcome. So let's go over here to our furnace again. Outcomes, melting, slot, that data. Okay. Oh, okay, never mind. I think I have this same icon for it, so that's why it got me confused. Yep, exactly. Let me see if I can get something else. Well, I guess I'm just gonna do some random some random icon as I don't have it right here right now, but it's gonna be enough to test it. So it should be the 3 up arrows, the smelted metal. Now just gonna gather and let's. Okay, really, I just got stunned from all the hits. Okay, 3 metal ore, that should be now. Let's wait for it. There we go. As you guys can see, it's processed metal. So if I grab it, take it here, I can just use it. If I take this out and hit turn on, should be just fine. Yep, we're just good. It's just burning wood, everything, so it's perfectly fine. Now, as I said, that would be the last of the video. So sorry for taking so long, sorry for skipping like 2 weeks from finishing the video. I'm sorry for that. Hopefully it won't happen again. But here is the video, it's finished and it's working properly, which is the important thing. So as always guys, if you would consider subscribing, hitting the like button and commenting down below, it's greatly appreciated, and I'll see you guys on the next video.